It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
Welcome to episode 35. It is already starting off chaotic.
Middle-aged woman.
Who's middle-aged?
35.
35 is not middle-aged.
Like
bitch.
what?
It's a little over a quarter. It's almost at a middle.
Middle age is 50. Not even, like 55.
No, actually, 35 is because the life expectancy of women is 70, is it not? Didn't God promise us 70 years?
I don't fucking know,
I'm
but
about to say,
I refuse.
how
Bitch, if
many
you call me middle-aged at 35, we're going to fight.
Knucking and bucking, please.
years did God promise?
Not you
Like-
typing hard as shit.
We surely will rearrange some furniture
Okay.
if you call me 35, middle-aged at 35.
Yeah, the length of our days is 70 years. Or 80 if we have strength.
Fuck all that. Google what is
Not in
considered
Sierra's
middle
family, because
age.
they be 125.
That's enough.
So her middle age, she got a long time before she be middle-aged.
Cool.
Me.
You and your family don't age. Okay, middle age is between the ages of 40 and 60. Okay. Y'all got that?
And 8.
Y'all got that?
Sorry.
Because that 35 nuts. So we are not middle-aged.
Yeah, no.
This is not a
Sorry.
middle-aged episode. Take
Well,
that back.
I'm 30, so.
Yeah. Now when we hit 50, that's middle aged.
And then y'all gonna be like, 50 weird. I'm gonna be like, bitch, we 50.
Period.
I
Y'all ever
haven't-
think about like what y'all gonna look like when y'all get older?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I go to a medi spa for my care, because while I can't afford the treatments right now, I'm watching them prices on the wall. I'm watching.
Realistically, I don't be thinking about that. I be thinking about the fact that, like, oh my God, I have scoliosis. How's that going to age? Because I was worried about that when I was pregnant. And
I'm sorry, because as soon as you said that, I thought about the TikTok with Shamar. And then the girl was
Shamar
like,
would be like,
Shamar with your bag. He was like, is you trying to be petty?
no, why the other day,
You
my
trying to
mom
be petty?
pissed me off. My mom was like, you walk, what did she say? She was like, you walk, she said something. I don't know if she said diagonal or she slanted. She was like, you slouch when you walk. I said, Ma, it's a scoliosis you never got corrected when I was a kid. And she was like, yeah,
Not
8.
too much, Denise. Not too much.
So listen, Sierra do not play about her scoliosis.
You do
She
gotta
do
walk.
not play.
I
You
know.
gotta, but you don't have a Shamar walk, because Shamar scoop.
Yeah, no, my back's not
Yeah.
curved like that. It's got a little hook, but it's not like hunchback. But that's also because I pay attention to my posture, maybe posture. So maybe I don't know. But I also got wide shoulders. I don't know. It's a thing. But anyway, when I get old, I just don't want to look like the hunchback. Because if that happens, just break my whole back and just refresh it.
Truly.
Well, I'm not getting for nothing, but I'm definitely gonna be getting hydration treatments, because I feel like a lot of people start looking bad when they get a little older because they're not hydrated. Like, think about
Maybe
people
it's
who
a
use
collagen.
bad skin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the collagen.
I'm gonna Google that later, so I can.
We
learn
should start
more.
taking collagen now.
Yes,
Yeah.
put it in our drinks. But I'm gonna learn more about that later, about like what that looks like, the effect, because I want to know, like, before I start putting it in my drink. Because I went on this. We're not gonna get there, but hydration. I want to do hydration IV, and I want to try lip fillers.
Me
I
too.
live for a duck filler.
I just want my lips to look how they look when I'm pregnant. So I have to do that
Pregnant
after
lips.
I have kids, so that like when I'm pregnant, because it wouldn't make sense for me to get lip filler and then get pregnant, so then I have double
You
pregnancy
know, like the
lips.
Claremont twins.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait because I just really want.
Y'all gonna call me, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, girl, I'm just gonna get my green tea drink because I'm about to go get my hydration treatments." What y'all doing? How many?
Going to get a
weeks before
hydration
you get
treatment
back?
is crazy. Bitch, drink some water.
Yeah,
Surely, but I'm gonna go get a hydration treatment.
Put
I'm
some
gonna
liquid
go get
IV in your water.
and I'm gonna
Call it a
Michelle
day.
is the most like moisturized and hydrated person I've ever met in my fucking life. Like when we lived together and I saw all the products she used in the shower, I was truly disturbed.
First of all, I don't
like
do it all at the same time.
Michelle, no. Like, why do you use a shower oil, this or that? It just was so much. I'm like, where am I supposed to put my soap? Like, the bathtub was full. Like, there was
I'm not
nowhere
like
to
that
put it.
now, thank God. I try not to be a product where I just
Like, what is you trying to wash away when you shower? I'm so confused. What was
Her
you in there doing?
sins. Her sins.
I'm just like I love a soft leg. And y'all know I walk barefoot. Okay, I'm not afraid to say this because I feel like as an almost middle-aged woman, I can say that my feet get so dry because I cannot walk with shoes on in the house. Like wearing slides, I think even when I think they on my feet, I kick them off at some point. I love being barefoot. I am country. I like going outside barefoot. So when I'm in the shower, I take special care of my feet. Pumice stone, oil, scrub, because I know that if I don't take care of them, my feet are going to look like Fred Flintstones, and he kicks rocks for a living. Absolutely not. So I got to take care of my feet. You never know who mouth your toe is going to be in. So
that's a fact.
Cheers, bitches.
That just made me uncomfortable. Do not put my toes anywhere near your mouth.
You don't like your toes sucked?
Fuck no. Oh my. I barely like people touching my feet. My feet are so fucking ticklish. And in my mind, it's going to be like some freak accident shit that happened. You're going to go to touch my foot and I'm going to fucking kick you. And it's going to be bad. Like, do not touch my feet. I don't like it.
God. Control your thoughts. They become your habits.
Don't touch my feet. I barely could stand myself at the nail salon getting my feet done.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be terrible. I'd be squished up like this.
The way I be clenching my whole body,
butt cheeks and all.
Huh?
Just it's life changing.
I'm cool. I don't need my life to be changed that way.
The first time I got my feet sucked, I was like, "Oh, you next."
No.
Oh, who told you that?
This is how the adults do it.
Oh my God, no!
In my little young mind at the time, I was just like, okay.
You get down, you don't play. Hey.
Yeah.
Whenever we do have the sex talk word to Meg, I don't know. Like when I be thinking back, when I be thinking about like the thoughts that I had at like those times, I just was like, what rom-com did I think I was in? Like, I don't know. Mentally, I am warped. Like something is wrong with me. Like I be coming up with scenarios and stuff in my head, and like I really do have main character syndrome because I just feel like my life is really a movie. Maybe that's why I'm content creator, because I record everything. So I really feel like you got to see this.
I wish somebody could go around recording me because I don't feel like I'm ever going to catch the super great moments as a content creator because everything is going to be like, I'm going to be too like thinking about how it's not perfect. Because sometimes I look in the invisible camera and I'll be like,
yo, me too.
I break the fourth wall. I break the fourth wall daily. Shit happens. I just be like, the fuck? Like, am I tripping?
No, for real. No, the perfect thing is like when you do it and you're walking past the mirror, so it's like you're looking at yourself.
No, my pep talks when I'm drunk. I was drunk on Friday, and y'all know I don't know if I told y'all, but I haven't really been drinking. I looked in the mirror and I was like, I need to throw up. We're gonna throw up.
Yo, trying to convince yourself that you're okay when you're drunk is insane because you be like, I be holding onto the counter like, you got this.
Well,
you can do this. You will not.
No,
I just be like, just throw up.
I don't know if y'all experience this, but like now, I can't drink a lot at all. And on Friday, I was just having Prosecco. I had 2 lemon drop shots and just some red wine because I went to a pizza making place. And it was like I was drinking the wine, I was okay. I ate the pizza and I felt the wine come up here. Like I had to go to the bathroom and get it out so I can continue to even talk. And this is like the 3rd time of it ever happening to me. Like I eat, I drink, and I have to throw up because it feels like it has to be either or. And how am I going to not eat if I'm drinking?
You gotta let your food digest and settle and then drink because they don't got no space in there.
It was a part of the experience. It was like blue drinks.
It was pizza?
Yeah, we were making pizza at the
That red sauce.
Oh, that bread.
Yeah, probably. And I didn't make a big pizza. I made a mini pizza.
I thought bread was good when you drink.
Huh?
But it expands. So if you drink something that has like a lot of carbs in it, like wine has a lot of carbs in it. So when you drink it, it's like now you got you're drinking more carbs. It's like drinking a beer with pizza. It's just mad space being taken up. So yeah, you probably like, oh, I'm overly full because you're not hungry. So now you're like, or you're not hungry, like you're not getting full drinking the alcohol. So you're trying to eat, but also you're drinking something that has a lot of carbs in it. So now we just overly bloated and it's got to come out.
That made my body start.
That's a lot of science.
Yeah.
I like that. My body started to get slim. We can't hold all of that in. Like
that's what you took from that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what you took from that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just been feeling like when I do drink lately, I don't know, my tolerance is just higher now, or the drinks ain't slapping. Because I go places and I just be like, usually like 2 drinks is my thing. Mm-hmm. And I be like, sometimes I be like, Dave, do I need a third? Because this just isn't getting me where it needs to go. But now other things, like I went to a restaurant, we went to house for my dad's birthday. When we went there, when I tell you that's the strongest drink I feel like I've ever had. But you know, it wasn't strong to the point where it was disgusting. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, you was talking about this today.
Like it wasn't like a disgustingly strong drink, but it was strong, and I was like, okay, now I drank the whole thing.
This is a place that don't have menus.
Yes, this is a place that don't have a menu. But baby, when I tell you that shit got me where I needed to fucking go in one drink, I just think that other places, they got to be putting water in there. They're not putting liquor in these cups because it just don't be hitting the same. We went to get Mexican a couple weeks ago, and usually like I'll get a small margarita because I know sometimes they be packing a punch. The same Mexican spot that we went to, Michelle, and we chugged them drinks. I had to get a big one. We got a small one in a cup, but I'm just saying we got a small one in a cup, and we was pretty decent. We also drank them in 2 seconds. Yeah. So, but we were where we needed to be. Yeah. I went there a couple weeks ago. I had to get a medium, and even by the time I finished the medium, I was like, okay, now I feel like something. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Everything's sitting at the bottom.
I don't know. And now I stir my drinks always, just in case. I don't know what it is, but the liquor ain't liquoring.
I made a bourbon spritz last night. It was pretty good. I was trying to welcome fall.
Fall is at the end of the month.
It's September 1st. My summer's over.
Yeah.
I got one more beach trip in me.
Nah. So whatever day fall is supposed to be over on the calendar is what I take. That's when fall is over.
I also wasn't in the mood for gym because I didn't have anything like flowery in the house to mix it with. So I just made bourbon spritz. It was really good.
I really feel like every episode we talk about liquor at some point within the first like 10 minutes.
Wow. Do we need an AA?
Probably.
Hey.
Yo, see, I don't feel like that's true because you might need it more than us because at least we drink and we stop. You drink and be fucked up the next day.
No.
Oh,
that only happens when I'm around you. That doesn't happen in my normal life.
In her defense, she's right. Yeah.
Literally.
In whose defense?
In Ciara's defense, she ever only get really drunk when she with you.
Literally.
That's not true.
What? Yes, it
when
is.
Does she go out and get drunk outside of like when she with you? She don't go get shit faced.
Prove it.
I didn't say get shit faced.
But I also think it's because Ciara don't really feel comfortable getting drunk around anybody. Like, of course you were mad out, but like
I need to be in control.
So it's my fault you comfortable.
Well, okay. Yeah, but also because you be like, let's get another drink. Let's just get another shot. Just one more. Like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Right. Don't be a bitch.
Let's do it.
Literally.
Let's drink.
I don't even know. Okay. Why not? To the audience. To the audience. I do not harass people. I'll ask you once, and if you say no,
lie. And then
no, I'm not finished.
She'll ask.
I'm not finished. I will ask. You'll say no, and then I will tell the bartender to bring 2 shots.
That's worse.
So now it's here. Don't waste my money. Drink it. Come on.
You drink it.
And then what do y'all do? Y'all drink it.
We'd be like,
that is being forceful.
You really wanted to.
I mean, honestly, I don't give a damn, because when I decide that I'm like, all right, I'll suffer my consequences later, I'm cool with it. You don't hear me complaining. I just be like, yeah, I was on the toilet for about an hour and a half, but I'm cool. I got a whole system. I know how this works.
Hey. That's better than throwing up. At least you could be a throw-upper.
I do both.
I'm working.
Yeah.
I'll just eat salads when I go out.
That's worse. Why would you in liquor? Like, Michelle, please. Go get you a plate of rice.
To eat?
Well, the thing is, you need to eat before, not eat as you're chugging the liquor down. It's not doing nothing at that point.
I like to eat and drink at the same time. It's my thing.
Yeah, but like you gotta have if you getting drunk,
have nourishment for the day.
You gotta fuel up first, and then we could snack a little. But I mean, I'm one to talk because I have eaten 1 chicken nugget and drank half a fucking bottle. So
I be trying not to eat like the stuff that I enjoy eating anymore, because baby, if I eat wings and a crab pretzel at the bar and I'm drinking, I'm going in the bathroom.
Oh my!
That reminded me of an experience I had, but I'm not going to share it here because that is just way too much.
You had explosive diarrhea, saying.
Basically, it wasn't diarrhea though. It came out the other way, but literally, that's And then I just had, back in the club bathrooms back in the day when they used to have like mouthwash and stuff, and the little madam in the bathroom would be trying to charge you $1. I gave that lady $1 so quick. I'm like, give me the mouthwash, give me the toothbrush, give it to me. Like, and then I handled my business and I went back out there like nothing happened.
The lady in Chickies and Pete's, she be charging like, I think for mouthwash you pay like $2.50 or something.
Oh, inflation.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But she got a full layout. Bath and Body Works stuff. She got perfume, mouthwash, lollipops, toothbrushes, like the little pack of toothbrushes. Child, she got everything. I was on a date and I had some with crab in it. You about to go to a baseball game?
Rocking, huh?
Mm-hmm. No, I just wanted it to be fresh.
For what? It stank.
So when I turned and I said, "You ready to go?" I was not like SpongeBob. He was like, "I'm ugly." I'm ugly.
Well, that was a nice conversation about alcohol, shitting, and throwing up. Let's move on. And toe sucking.
Sex. Toe sucking. Same thing.
No, can't. Anyway.
This is so random, but like, do y'all ever think about the fact that like,
here she go.
Just look at the camera right now. Our head to neck ratios literally look like a toe.
Stop.
Or a thumb. You ever seen Spy Kids, the thumb thumbs? That's literally what it looks like.
It's just our head. Now I'm gonna think about the thumbs all day.
Really? I don't know. Well, maybe because y'all both have round faces. That what y'all do?
Not too much, Miss Oval.
Y'all have round faces. Why is not offended? I didn't shape it like that.
Shut up. I feel like because my widow's peak, I got a little bit of a heart.
Girl, don't.
When I was 20, it was a heart. It was yeah, it wasn't.
It was.
I know how I feel about my little.
You been wrapping your face up?
No, I've been doing my gua sha.
Teray, what you was gonna say? You're my nerves. This is another episode that is truly ridiculous. Jesus, get us through this.
All right, let's rein it the fuck in. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Did y'all watch Cam Newton's interview? I meant to bring it up last week, but we ran out of time. Did y'all watch it? With Dr. Bryant?
On and off. Yeah. I just couldn't stomach the. I couldn't
investigate for further learning and understanding.
It took me 3 days. I did, but it wasn't even the length. He was just pissing me off. Like, I don't know what happened to him after he left the NFL, but he's like a completely different person. Like, looks, personality. Well, I didn't know him back then, but I'm just saying, like, it's like night and day. And sometimes my stomach just gets irritated and I just have to stop looking at him. I don't like the way he types. Well, I don't like
the way he
speaks.
types.
I don't like he typed like Big Walt. It pisses me off. Like
that girl by the quarter straight.
Not Walter White. He got you straight.
Oh my God.
That's how Cam Newton texts, and it's so ridiculous. I had to unfollow him on Instagram.
Not too much on my man Big Walt. Not too much.
He's not too much. He's like part of Dr. Umar's cult. There's some high value women that come through here. You gotta have some value to come up here in my restaurant because I made it like that. Yeah, Cam Newton definitely left the NFL with severe CTE.
Yeah, it's not always what he's saying. It really just be the vibrato and the delivery. It's like yeah. But go ahead, Teray. What was your thoughts? What you got for us?
Okay, I will say that I don't like the term. I don't know where this came from. High value, low vibration. I really don't like that. Like low function, like low vibrational as a joke, it might be funny, but like in actuality, like why is this like a real like thing that this is entering regular real conversation? Like that part, I don't necessarily like that, but I mean,
why? What don't you like about
I don't know. I think it's just harsh, but I think I think yes, coming from a harsh person, yes, I don't know why, but I think that we use other terminology that basically is the same thing that is probably meaner, but it's just like useful, like easier to digest. I guess.
What would you say?
Like calling somebody a deadbeat or calling somebody a Rolling Stone is the same thing of her using low functioning in that capacity of the conversation.
Or emotionally immature, not able to.
So it's like the terminology is just, it's called something different. But I'm just like, when did we start using these things? When did this come in? When did low vibration functioning? Where did all of these come in?
I think they're umbrella terms. I think they're umbrella terms.
Yeah, I think they're umbrella terms. In a more professional conversation, you're not going to be like, yeah, he's a deadbeat. That just sounds very.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, so like in my conversation, I'm not gonna be telling nobody like you're low functioning or you're low vibrational. Right, yeah. What the fuck? I wouldn't use that terminology. That's why I was saying like I understand it in the context like she is a professional, so you kind of have to use more professional language. But it like when people say it, I'm like, oh, yeah, damn,
it does.
Like, you know, it's just like you could call somebody the same name 2 different ways, and one hit harder than the other.
Mm-hmm. It's also giving that tone.
Yeah, so it just be like, oh, god damn, that was mean. But yeah, so even through the, like, I understand a lot of what she was saying, and I was just very confused as to how he wasn't understanding. I feel like, yes, he was in a place of just like letting her speak and get her thought out. But it was like, you could tell he was like, as soon as he shifted his weight in that seat, he already had his response before she got it out, and just was like, you can't see how the dysfunction that you're creating is affecting all of these people. That was that.
That alone proved her point.
That alone proved her point. And then the main thing that I caught is him just like, he's still out here. Sorry, he's still looking for his wife when you just had a baby, your 8th baby with old girl who running around town talking about how she bending over backwards for you. And you got here on this platform and published this. You didn't edit that out. Say, I'm still looking for my wife. If I was her, I'm rearranging the fucking furniture.
Well,
and he just said so matter of fact, be like, yeah, whatever.
He knows who he's with. She said she is a servant. She loves to serve. She loves to wake up and serve. I too am a servant, but not to a nigga like that. Sorry. But to be fair, technically, he has 6 biological and 2 bonus from
Yeah,
both
but he
his
claims
kids.
it. He claims
Right,
them
that's what
all
I'm saying.
as
So it's
that part I know.
yeah,
He claims all of them as his children. But
yeah,
also I noticed in her her responses to things, she don't.
right.
Mm.
And that I was like, okay, so you claiming I was like, okay, I could see how you still talking about, oh, I'm still looking for my wife, because she don't even claim all of your children that you claim.
But also, I feel like that's also his fault too, because I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna date and if you're gonna have children and you're gonna date, there has to come a point where you're integrating your significant other with your kids. And he waited way too long. Like I think it was when she got pregnant, when she like finally started, being integrated with all his kids and stuff like that. Like he kept them very separate for a long time, and they dated for a while. Like, how do you live with a man? But like
And I never
yeah,
met
it was
your kids.
the whole thing was very weird.
Yeah, and even like that goes back to Dr. Bryant's point. It's like, if you're able to do this, have this woman in your house, y'all are a full-fledged relationship, y'all dating each other for however long period of time, and she's not met your children, or she don't have any interaction with your children, that goes exactly to her point, that you're creating these families and these environments that you are not present in. Because there's no way that those two factors can both happen. Two things can't be true in this situation. You're not as active or as present of a parent physically as you trying to make it seem, because it's impossible to do so. You cannot be in all these places at one time.
He said all of them live with him, so I'm confused.
They do
all
not.
my children live with me, and I was like,
how? Well, listen, I don't know that man, but I don't see a mother giving up. So you mean to tell me all of the mothers, well, the 2 other mothers, gave up their kids that are biologically and not biologically his, so that he could be the primary? They don't, because they don't even commingle.
Yeah, it's outside of just like Cam Newton. I don't know. I kind of look at it too. I feel like people are. I don't know. I think that people kind of look at children as a lesser commitment than marriage, and that part it doesn't register to me. It does not make sense. Like, how are you just saying that all of these multiple people that okay, I'm willing to commit to being in your life for the rest of it, but I'm scared of marriage? How?
Yeah.
I feel like,
well, before we get there, I wanted to, because I think we're gonna like get there. We're gonna go there and we're gonna go further. One thing that stuck out about the interview was that when Dr. Bryant was just like, I would not date you, he got so upset. And it's so interesting when the mirror is held up to men like that, because I think that he, in his head, he could be with a woman like her, which we know that would never work.
No.
He thinks that he could be, because his objective is to get with a woman like that and break her down. And it's like, I feel like we've known so many examples, like in real life and like portrayed in movies, of men getting with very powerful women, and their goal is to take their power away,
humble them.
Yeah, you want to humble them. Like, oh, you don't think you could be with me? Because the entire interview, he was working to tell her that she wasn't who she thinks she was. Like when she had the conversation about, I have friends that are married and, I love them. I think that they have beautiful marriages, but I don't want to be anything like them. Okay, so you don't have examples of quality marriages in your life that you think you do because you don't want to be like them. No, nigga, I just want to have my own type of marriage. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to tell her, like, you ain't got it like you think you do. Like, basically trying to tell her, like, she not living the life that she thinks she is, or maybe she got some trauma and that's why she don't envision this and envision that. Like, being a woman is one set thing, and if you don't align with how you feel like other women are thinking, then maybe I'm not, in a good place in my life. It was very strange to watch his interactions, but also it was a confirmation that like men really do squirm when they meet powerful women, or who they feel are powerful. Because some people might look at Dr. Bryant and be like, "Bitch with a mic and a doctorate." Like, I don't know. Like, men like to say things that I don't even know the word. They like to
I think
devalue.
that goes, I don't even think it's that. I just think that a lot of men that are high functioning or no, high value, they don't care to have another high value. They don't, okay, so if a man is high value, what they value in a woman is not the fact that she's high value, like professionally. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Like most men that I've observed, whether that be celebrities, this person, that person, like when they look for a significant other, like, yes, they want you to be good in your own field, but they don't really care about what you bring financially or professionally, if that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying though. Like in the instance of Kim,
I don't think that means that I think it's how you go about it. I don't think that means that like they are intimidated. I think it's just like,
I think he is. I think that we.
Well, him. I mean, okay, yeah, him. Yeah, but I'm speaking in general.
I get
terms.
It. Like people who, like, let's say I'm a millionaire. I'm not looking for another millionaire to marry. I'm looking for somebody who, like, okay, I got all of this money, but like, what can I do with this money? Like you, like equally yoked don't mean we both make $500,000 a year. Like, or
but
we
I also
all
think that like, in a traditional structured house, like, okay, for example, I can just even use me as an example, right? So with my husband's career, it's very like high functioning, a lot going on, this, that, and the third, especially him being newer in his career. So that brings in me, right? I don't think our household would run as smoothly as it does, or we would be met with like a lot of different challenges if we both were in super high functioning careers. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes, and I think this isn't articulated well within the Black community, but I do think that like sometimes, like even women who are super, super career driven within corporate, two people who are super career driven, it's always going to clash because somebody has to be holding down the home. Like whether it's like, all right, this year you focus on your career, you know what I mean? It's never going to be the same all the time. Like even with me having like businesses and stuff, I'm very mindful about like the clients that I take on and stuff like that, just because I know by 6:00, Celine has to be picked up. And yes, sometimes Matt can go handle that so that I can go to an event or go networking, this, that, and the third. But also it's very unpredictable. So it's like both people can't have that unpredictable, you know what I mean? When you have kids in a household to run, it literally doesn't work. And I'm definitely a proponent in like marriage first, kids second. We can have that conversation later, but like your household has to be in order for it to function. Because then next thing you know, it's another broken home. Okay, honey?
If you're not a grown person, you need to just click out of this conversation because you will not agree with anything we say about this.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm just
you're not wrong.
Like, yeah, that's true. And I think younger me probably would have been like,
it's like, yeah, I'm not saying that women, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that women can't be career driven or high functioning professionally. I just think that like two people, it's very difficult, especially if you plan to have a family.
If you've lived a little, you know that it is very, very difficult to to be y'all networking, going to events after work, trying to raise a child. Like both of y'all won't see each other. Y'all won't see y'all kids.
Literally 2 shifts passing in the night. That's not the type of marriage that I want.
Yeah.
And I think that like
I was on my way to like a training on Friday, and I was talking to somebody, and she was just like, her ex-husband, he went to night school, he's an electrician, and their marriage really suffered because she was trying to go to grad school, she was raising kids, and she was like, I just realized like how difficult it is to be career driven. And she was like, I wish that I would have waited to have kids because that could have helped our relationship a lot. But she was like, it's just really, it comes down to the woman a lot of the times where we have to sacrifice so much and they get to go off. She was like, I am a grad school dropout and my ex-husband makes 6 figures every year. He never went to college. Like, I went through all of that and I was never able to really pursue my education because there was no balance in my home. And I was like,
but even that goes back to the conversation of like, before you even get married, like when we went to our premarital counseling, it was just like, okay, what do you want your household to look like? Yeah. And you, some of that, I had to be realistic. Like, I'm doing too much. I'm not gonna be able to run no damn household. Even now, sometimes I'm like, there are things that I want to do, but not like if I can't figure out how to do it without inconveniencing my home, then I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But I think also that depends on like the person you're marrying. Like, luckily enough for me, Matt is very supportive in everything that I do. He's always like, yeah, no, do it. And so, most of the time it's like me saying, okay, you're saying do it, but can I handle doing that and handle doing this, doing that? That's something that I even had to decide for myself within this past year, really, because, you know, with Celine, it's like, thank God she's in daycare full time. But at first I was home with her working and trying to do a business and trying to do this and trying to do that.
Yeah. It's one of those things that everything comes at a cost.
Mm-hmm.
Everything comes at a cost, and you have to be willing to pay the cost.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, and those are the only situations where things work.
Yeah.
Because if
I don't want to pay the cost.
But it's like you kind of understand what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. And it's just like, okay, this is a necessary thing. If it's a situation where it's like, okay, I have to kind of step away from my career, you know, or whatever it is to, I guess, push us further as a family. If you're doing that and making that decision kind of in jest, that it's going to come up. It's going to just build unresolved resentment that it may not even be like obvious that it's happening, but it will always be kind of in the back of your mind. And so for me, it kind of goes to what Michelle was saying, like some men can be intimidated by women. Like I've experienced it, not with Colin, but I've experienced it firsthand that men have been intimidated.
Oh yeah.
And it's just it, by no fault of your own, by just showing up and being who you are.
Yeah.
They intimidated by that. And I think that those things be characteristics of people like, you talk a good game, but your actions say otherwise. And I think in the situation with Cam Newton, he may be high functioning in certain areas, but when it comes to this, you are not. And he cannot be with a person who, based on how he presents and how he acts right now, you can't be with a person who you hear and she hear. He can't do it because it's not going to work, because I don't think that he has kind of accepted. I think he lives a life or says things that is not reality.
Right.
It's like in theory,
his own reality.
In theory, what you're saying could make sense, but reality of how you're going about it, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like we kind of had a conversation mad episodes ago where we're just like that lady who had 7 kids and was just like, oh, she wants to find love. And everybody was just like, girl, you have 7 kids. Where the fuck do you think that you're going to find somebody to come into this space and want to be there, take everything that comes along with it, and be able to add value to that? It's very difficult to do it in that situation. And in this situation, it is it's even more difficult. But I think as women, we're kind of
your kids.
Yes, and it's also easier when you're the man in the situation. When you're the man, when the man is creating that situation, because a lot of times, I feel like women are taught to, oh, if you find a good man, you do basically whatever it takes, even if it is at a disservice to you.
And
even if it's at a disservice to you. And I feel like that's what she was saying. And he couldn't hear it. And it's just like, you are doing a disservice to the families that you have created. You are doing a disservice to what you say that you want. You clearly, you're not ready for marriage if you can't see how this that you've created is dysfunction.
But I also feel like that whole conversation is null and void because he doesn't even desire marriage. So obviously that don't matter to him. So it's kind of like
he says he does, but it's like, if you really do, and this is really what you want, and you're actively searching for a partner, how do you? I wish my man would say, "Oh, I'm still looking, bitch."
There's no reason we dating.
Like, it's no reason.
I'd be the person, but like to go up there and be like, I don't know, I'm still in pursuit. Like, I don't think the person I'm actively in a relationship with is that person. Don't embarrass me like that.
That I'm actively with, that I actively just had a child with on purpose.
But I also feel like sometimes I'm not throwing him a bone, but in my mind, I really be thinking like, niggas really can't be this audacious. Like, Is he performing? Is he potting right now? Or are you dead ass?
Are you talking to somebody who wears locks?
Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like when the mics get in front of people, we are still who we are. Our thoughts are our thoughts. But I feel like sometimes when these mics get in front of people, they be very performative.
I feel like he's dead ass. And two things niggas gonna always have is the audacity and the nerve.
Like, because I was just like, you really, I hate the way he dresses. I hate the way he looks. Like,
thermal pants, I said, that's a lot of thigh, young lady.
He had on 6 layers of clothing.
Yeah.
And he's in Georgia. I know it's 100 degrees. Please.
Bitch, it's 100. It's hot as the devil out.
I had to snatch my wig off. I couldn't take it.
I think that, so a little bit going back, right? To what y'all said about it's unfair. Y'all use the word, I forgot what it was, but like somebody has to take some off, basically. And I often wonder, like, part of me is very much ready, and I think that learning through being single and like raising my daughter, that, you know, sometimes girl bossing, it fucks up home. Like, you got to put some down because you got to take care of home. And we discussed in the last episode, like, my life has significantly changed in the past couple of weeks, as far as like career, and I'm good with it because, wow, I'm not waking up looking like I have a bunch of fluid retention in my face, or I'm not staying up late trying to finish something. Like, things have been a little easier for the last week. And I'm looking forward to those things. But I think that I have a big fear of being in a relationship and feeling like, one, a burden, although I know it's irrational when you're in a relationship with somebody. I don't want to feel like a burden. And I also wonder, like, okay, is that person going to see me as undesirable because I'm no longer like the paper chaser I once was? Because I feel like I am a workaholic, or I have been a workaholic, and I've always been the person with money in a relationship. That's crazy. I've always been the one, like,
it's not
okay, big mama,
like
big money.
I just like, I don't think I've dated anybody who's made like more money than me, and I can say that because even if like I had one job where I was like making good money, I always had hustle. Like, I always had one thing about it, I'm a hustler. And like, I was talking to somebody about our last episode when y'all were talking about money, and I was like, could you be with somebody who makes less money than you? Because right now I'm making a little less money. And they were like, yeah, you know, as long as they have good habits and like they know how to maintain a household. And I'm like, okay, Michelle, like maybe you are ready, but that fear of me just being like, I know all my dreams and my goals, but like I wouldn't be doing it to make a bunch of money. I would literally just be doing it like, all right, let me make sure that everybody got health care, or let me make sure I have health care and some money in the coming through the house so I could buy groceries. Like, it would be very minimum, and I'm just not used to living like that. So it makes me wonder, like, are you actually ready to let somebody lead you if you're gonna live like in fear of not being big mama? And does that even matter in a relationship?
I'll say that, like, this is such like so many things
is let me just finish with, like, I feel like my fear of being domesticated is me feeling like I'm less ambitious when I know that's not the truth.
Right. Okay. So that was the main word that I was going to use, ambition, right? So as someone, y'all know I'm a very ambitious person. Like, every thought and idea I have, I just be feeling like, oh my God, I can do this, I can do that. Like, think big, bitch. And literally on my tombstone, y'all better make them right. Think big, bitch, because that is literally me in my head. And I think that's where
Promises are important.
No, bro. I think that's where partnership comes in at, because you have to be with somebody who, one, understand how your mind works and understands like what is going to make you feel fulfilled, right? So like, even me in my current situation with like working on that stuff, when I was talking to Matt, he's like, you know what's going to make you happy, so why don't you do the things that are going to lead you there, and then we'll go from there, opposed to having someone that's like forcing you to be like, okay, you need to do this because this is what we need, and blah, 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 blah. I think that's where the partnership part comes in. And Teray and I were talking about like our favorite parts of marriage. Well, her and Colin were supposed to talk about it, but I don't know if they did. I didn't ask. I didn't follow up. But I told Matt that my favorite part of being married to him specifically is our partnership and how like he allows me to be me, but also will guide me and kind of talk me off the ledge or talk me onto the ledge in certain situations, if that makes sense. So I think like it's still, even for me, I mean, we've been together 11 years. I still be a little scary when it comes to certain things. You heard the episode. Like, it's a weird thing for me. But I think depending on the partner you're with and if they really know you and how you operate, they will do things in a way where it'll be comfortable for you instead of it being like a, damn, like, all right, I got to make sure, for example, right? When Celine first started daycare, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I have all this free time. I need to make sure my house is spick and span every day. I have to make sure dinner's cooked every night. I have to make sure all my work is done. I have to make sure all of my business stuff is done so that by the time 9 o'clock comes, I'm not working on anything, blah, blah, blah. And like, you'll find yourself trying to do all these things because now you don't have an excuse as to why it's not done. But that's not realistic. And I feel like your partner will notice that and be like, girl, relax. It doesn't matter if you didn't do the laundry. Like, you can do the laundry next week. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a mental thing, especially us as women. It's like, yes, we're very goal oriented and driven and ambitious and all the things, but we all are domestic. Like, even if you don't portray to be that, we all are. So it's just in our nature to want to do these things for our kids in our homes. But yeah, I think it's really all about who you pick as a partner, because a man who is really, you know, going to be able to lead you is going to allow you to lead yourself, but really they leading you.
Yeah. And those kind of things don't bother them. Yeah. Like it doesn't bother them. And it's just like, oh, well, when I met you, you had 2 jobs. Now you don't. Okay. Because any person who really wants to build a life with somebody and build like partnership and a family and those things, they're not going to want you to be working 2 jobs if you don't have to. It's not going to be like, oh, it's not going to be a thing of like, oh, I think less of you, because they're going to look at it as like, okay, it's my job to come here and to support you so that way you don't feel like you have to work 2 jobs. Now sometimes shit just happens and look, y'all got to get it how y'all fucking live. But if we're not in a place of survival, then it's not necessary. You can still have and reach all of the goals that you have. But you, at a certain point when y'all are together, you have to learn to restructure things. Right. Like, y'all know me. I am like, sometimes I be girl bossing too close to the sun. Like, really back in, bitch. You're crazy. You're wild. But in those instances, even when it came to, okay, now we have kids, now Harper's in school, it's like, okay, life has to look differently. I have to rearrange my life. I can't tell you how many times people ask me about, oh, you're not going to get your CPA, you should just do it. No, bitch, I'm not fucking doing it. Guess what? Because what that comes with, I don't want it. It does not fit the structure of my life right now. Studying for that test, it's not a matter of can I pass the test or not. If I really set my mind to it and buckle down, I could fucking pass that test. I probably could pass it all on the first fucking try. Which is really, however, if I really wanted to kind of neglect all the other aspects of my life, I could do it. But I've made the conscious decision that this is not what I want. And one, because I don't want to dedicate all this time to something that really in my career has not stopped me. It may slow my progression a little bit, but it really hasn't stopped me from doing what I need to do. I'm still in the same place and shit, even in higher positions than people who have the CPA. So it's like, fuck am I doing all of this shit for? You find a way to get it. Yeah, fuck am I doing all this shit for? I don't have to do that. But I know, and also on the flip side, when I look at it, I know what it takes to be able to do that. And in this stage of life, that takes away from my family. I just won't have the capacity. Shit, I barely be having the capacity now, working till 6 o'clock. Like, I don't like it.
Tori, trying to go ahead. No, I was gonna say really quick before you move on. You said something a few minutes ago that triggered the thought. Like, we had a conversation about how relationships are never 50-50 because at some point, somebody might be given 70 and listen, I'm just showing up. And I think that's partnership and how life works. Like, so in this season, I might have to give 100% because they can't give nothing. And guess what? It's going to come a time where they're going to have to give 100% because, baby, I don't got it. And literally what Teray said just reminded me of that. And I think everybody goes through that in their relationships, period. That's how relationships function.
Yeah, I think the relationships function the best when both parties are honest with themselves. You have to be honest with yourself first. If you feel like taking away something from your whatever goal list it is, if it's your mom goal list, if it's your personal as a woman goal list, if it's your career goal list, if you're having to scratch something off that list and that decision causes you angst about it, then you know that that's not the right decision. And your partner will know that that's not the right decision. And it's not going to be a matter of, I'm going to force you to do that. It's going to come very natural. It's like, yes, we can restructure things. Okay, this may not be goal number one. Can we move this down a little bit? We're in the process of having kids. These things can't work. So it's just like, you can have all the things. You just have to be okay with restructuring it. And your partner is not going to force you or even allow you to do something that is not going to be in your best interest.
Well, I will even say, like, for Michelle, because as of right now, I know you're not in that unit, but even with just you and Mia, you know there are decisions that you have had to make, whether it be career or aspirations, because of, you know, being a mom, being a single mother, being not having, I mean, you have support, but you know, like what comes with it. As a mom, you are the primary parent those first however long. Like, you know what I mean? Whether the father is doing what he's supposed to do or not, it's just the reality. But I think even with you as a mom, just straight mom talk, sometimes I'm like, listen, yes, I love being a mom and I want to have more kids and this, that, and third, but I also, my biggest fear is losing myself and my goals and aspirations. So if that means, Celine, I'm sorry, even recording the podcast, like I'll be like, all right, Matt, I got to record today. He'd be like, all right, cool. You know, they do their daddy-daughter thing because this is something that's important for me. And I'm not willing to give up myself for things that I want just because I'm a wife or because I'm a mom. Like, shit, if I had to pay a babysitter or do something a little extra because Matt has to work, well, guess what, sister? You're going to have to get dropped off. Like, just to keep your own sanity. Because I know this for me.
I got to fill my cup up.
Yeah, when I stopped doing, like, content creation, when I stopped doing my business stuff, all that stuff, I just felt so like low. Like,
that is so real. Like,
it's
one thing and you're like, what is my point of living to just be of service to other people? And I mean, like, that sounds like it's way deeper than it need to be, but like that's what it comes down to. If I just be like, I'm just gonna focus on my career, but by career I mean my job. Like, I do everything for my job. Okay, now home is suffering. I ain't seen my friends. I ain't done nothing for myself.
I can't. Like, you have to do something. Like, even for me, in those earlier years of when Celine was, like, you know, younger, her first year, I wasn't doing content. I wasn't editing. I wasn't doing nothing other than like working my 9 to 5 and being a mom and trying to whatever. But I would always tell myself, all right, do one thing for yourself. And sometimes that might be an hour shower, just standing there under the water. But even that is just kind of like very minuscule. But I think, like, to be a high functioning woman or mom, I got to put me first, Lucius. At some point during the day, I have to put me first at some point during the day. I will never, ever in my life again let a day go by where I don't do something for myself. Every day I have to do something for myself.
Yeah. And I think that comes just kind of with maturity as well, and realizing that you don't have to do everything.
Yeah, it doesn't make you a bad mom.
Yeah, if you don't have to do everything for everybody, especially when you have help. Here.
Use it. Yeah.
Here you go. Like, I will tell you, like, y'all know I've been doing HelloFresh, right? A couple weeks, maybe like 2 months at this point. When I tell you that shit is the best decision I ever fucking made.
Everybody is nourished.
That shit is the best decision I ever fucking made. I don't have to think about what the fuck we gonna eat all week. I don't have to plan out, oh, I need 2 onions for this. I need this. I need this. I need this. I don't have to go with this long ass list to the grocery store. That shit, I can still record the podcast. My shit's gonna come by 12 o'clock. And all I have to do is take it out of the box and put it away, and I have dinner for the whole week. That shit is so, it's like, boom, check that stressful thing off of my list. This makes my life fucking easier. I don't care. I'm doing it. Especially because now I work till 6. So even working till 6, it's like, it's kind of difficult to do all of the other things and to be active in all the different areas with Harper, because now she got mad fucking activities. She has swim, she has singing, she wants to do gymnastics. So it's just like, okay, how the fuck is all of this gonna happen?
How am I gonna do?
And how am I gonna do all of this? And I work till 6 o'clock. Most shit starts at 5:30. So it's like, or even if I do get something that starts later, that starts at maybe like 6:30. Okay, we know that we like to have her dinner, bath, ready for bed by 8 o'clock. That shit's not gonna happen. So I rely heavily on Colin to do those things. And times where I'm able to leave work early, go and take her, you know, wherever she needs to go, like swim and all the different things, I'll do that. But when I just don't have the capacity, or sometimes I'm just exhausted at the end of the fucking day, I don't even have the energy to do this shit. So yeah, I need you to do this.
Yeah.
And even in those situations, I don't feel like apprehensive about saying I need you to do this, because I know what the answer is. He's gonna say yes. So and it's not a matter of like, I don't feel like a bad mom. He doesn't make me feel like, oh, you're lazy, you don't do anything. It's just like, okay. Because like we have like
operation. We going
it's like we just have an understanding of what our life looks like right now, where both people need to be. And like Sierra said, marriage comes first. Okay, this is what we need. Part of the marriage is the two individual people. So if me as the individual person, I'm severely overwhelmed, even just the thought of grocery shopping, I'm exhausted. I can't do it. I just want to go back and lay in my bed. I can't function. I can't do this right now. Okay, I need this for me personally. And my HelloFresh is I need this for me personally. Yes, we all benefit from it because we eat and the shit be slapping. HelloFresh slap. I don't care what nobody says. That shit is so good. But like, it just works.
It really be the little things, because like, you know, it's just so funny because a lot of times when someone is going through stuff like that, there's really nothing their partner can really do that's super significant to help them. It really be the little things. Like even with Matt, when he come home and he's just like, you know, going through it, like he just want to go to bed, don't even eat dinner. I just be like, okay, how can I help you this week? What do you need done this week that I can help you with? And it's like, which is hard because it's like, you're not a mind reader. Like people think, oh, as a wife, you should know what your husband needs, this, that, and the third. No, just tell me what you need this week.
Yeah.
You need me to take yourself to the dry cleaners?
Because your needs might change like, from week to week too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You
from
might not need nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you need this week? And then just go from there. And I think that's any partnership and life in general. Like, even like, I want to do better with that, even like in friendships. Like, okay, what do I need from my friends this week? Like, being more like communicative. Yeah. About what I need as a person in a relationship.
Because I'm
not good at that.
You're not a low budget friend, low need friend.
Low maintenance,
low maintenance.
Right. I'm not being that no more.
Good.
I got needs too big. Took it too far. Sorry.
I think we say all that to say when you find your partner, the things that you do for yourself right now, and you're able to prioritize your wants, your needs, your child's wants and needs, the same thing you'll naturally find a partner who understands that, and they do the same. They prioritize their wants, their needs, and then also take into consideration the needs of you, the needs of y'all family. And then it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things when you really find the right person and you know you have the right person, it's just like, this shit just comes naturally. Yes, there's going to be some work and there's going to be blood, sweat, and tears that got to come from it to get you to that point if you're not there. And I mean there from a point of willing to receive the help. Because that's a whole different conversation. Needing the help and being open to receiving the help is two different things.
Yeah.
So it's just like, once you're at that point, it's just going to work. And then when you finally accept it, you're like, oh my God, my life is so much easier.
Yeah, I know I'm not waiting for nothing. So I think that growing and like realizing these things by myself is the most beautiful part of like being single right now.
You're really laying down your own foundation and blueprint.
Yes. And I'm able to go into my next relationship like I did do self work. Like I didn't carry trauma and be like, oh well, the last person, the last situation I was in, like, no. I'm coming as a whole person. And there still will be work to do for myself because I'm going to be doing it with someone else. But I feel like I'm in a better place to do so, even in the struggles of parenthood. Because Mia, like my nose really hurt right now. My nose is really hurting. I can't believe she did that. But yeah, that is just very interesting that I like really discovered that fear this week. And I was like, damn, you are so used to just like making it happen. What is this going to look like when you have somebody? And like also knowing I can't be with nobody who's not going to take nothing off my plate. That might sound very damsel in distress to some people who hear this, but I would like
Bitch, I'm a damsel.
Stuff
I was about to say.
I don't want to be in no struggle love. Like I've seen too many relationships and I'm just like, why be with somebody? Well, why just be okay with having somebody if they are bringing nothing to this relationship? If you still got to stress and struggle, yes, people struggle all the time when they're in marriages and relationships. People go through hard times. But the fact that you seem to be going through this hard time by yourself, I'd rather go to bed by myself at night than to have somebody who is like not tapped in with me.
Because I could do bad all by myself.
Yeah, like literally, like, and it's not. I really understand the meaning of do bad by myself.
Yeah, but I think what you said, I guess, to bring it around full circle, close the circle, or whatever. I think a wraparound. I think that's overarching. I feel like that was Dr. Bryant's message to Cam. Is like you could create whatever life that you want, but what you have to do is you have to do the self work.
Yeah.
And that's what she was trying to get across to him. Like, you're saying these things and you think that this makes sense, and it really doesn't because you haven't done the self work. You're combative in response because you haven't done the self work. So yeah, you a hit dog.
Yeah, he uses money and status to like, but I have all of these things. So
and she was kind of just pointing out all the ways that that shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. Okay, and what? That shit don't fucking matter.
Because the allure is only going to last but for so long.
Yep.
And when you really get to the meat and potatoes, who you are inside as a person is always going to come out. There is no amount of money, status, fame. There's nothing that can overshadow who you actually the fuck are and the work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once the money is gone, what's left?
And can I just say, did y'all know that nigga was 35? Is he 35?
That tripped me out. Yes. I thought he was 40.
Middle age. Michelle trying to call somebody middle age. I thought he was way older than he was.
The way his locks is thinning around the front.
That's why he wear them hats. Because he need to get his fade back. Because I just feel like the energy and the aura that he exudes just gives so unattractive. I used to think Cam was so cute, like back in the day. It's just the energy, like that hair,
energy.
It carries something.
I honestly liken that to kind of rebelling against playing football because he's a black quarterback. You get a whole lot more scrutiny you get more scrutiny as a quarterback, but then you're a black quarterback on top of that. The scrutiny is like through the roof. So yeah, he had to have that like clean cut look. Like your hair was never gonna look like that as the black quarterback. And
I get it,
while
but
you
it's
were
just
playing.
like
so I think he's just
left.
like. Exactly. You know how like people that they grow very sheltered and then they be emo. It'd be like, whoa, how did we get from here to there?
X amount of years, and
his parents been married. and guess what? They pastors. His dad owned a church, so it's like, nigga,
girl. When I found that out, I said, makes sense. You know the PKs be wilding. They are never beating the allegation. If you are a preacher's kid, y'all will never collectively as a group beat the allegations.
Even though he ain't a preacher no more, and I ain't his kid no more. And that's a man.
Never beating allegations. Just never. Enough. You never beat me. So that's your brethren? That's your peoples?
Yeah.
You and Cam is in the same PK family? Okay. No, and I wouldn't even say that.
My mother's been married this long, and my mother, like, I would put money on it. When people say stuff like that, I'd be like, your mother probably got some secrets about unhappiness that she has not shared. And I feel like I hate to put that on people's marriages, but like, I feel like he is very naive, and he probably grew up just not really understanding like what their marriage actually has looked like. And that's after hearing about a bunch of people in the church who they've been married for X amount of years and absolute nonsense been going on in their marriage. But it's okay. We stayed. I just watched a Christian couple, and they were like married, they had a kid, they was going through stuff, they had another kid, and then in a year's time they separated and a baby was made. But then they decided to all get back together and be a family together. And I'm like, it's always some bullshit. In 1 year, you developed a relationship with somebody else outside your marriage when y'all were separated and y'all made a baby, and then you decide to go get your family back.
It's giving Jamal Bryant.
Huh? It is.
Not past the holy whore.
Oh my God. And now we one big family, and this is the content that you are trying to feed the community. I'm not taking no, ma'am.
Never beating the allegations. Never beating it.
People in church always got side quest babies. So
might tell you a joke.
Yeah, I couldn't even say your name. Sarah.
Yeah. Wait, one more thing. What's our song gonna be this episode?
There she go. Go.
We're gonna do Lotto 2 weeks in a row.
No, we can't.
Yes.
I think
why?
Slide some oil to me. No.
Okay. All right. We can talk about that later. Forget it.
Lotto be giving it because
Jiglet. Because I was listening to that last night. Oh, girl, how you get all of that in them jeans? I was dancing to that last night. It was a good time.
No, we have to find something. No, go ahead and put that. No, that Nas and Genuine song, because I can't get the TikTok videos of the 2000s mixes. Like, looking at it now, I'm like, y'all was really up there doing some bullshit.
No, they was really giving it to the girls. I still want to be that girl. Still want to be a 2000s video vixen.
Just to back it up. You
yes. Figure, listeners, we're gonna end this, but you could tell that we are clearly millennial girls, because if we went out somewhere, I'm finna be dancing like I'm in a 2000s music video.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be.
Oh my God, I was Roni came on by Bobby Brown. I was watching I'm Just Being Bobby Brown this weekend too.
I love that.
But Roni came on, and I was like, I have to learn to dance, because when this comes on and I'm outside at a summer banger, I need to show everybody that I am almost 30.
No, you want to know what song is really my auntie song? H-Town, Emotions. That's my auntie song.
Why?
Because she's such an old lady.
I love H-Town. They like literally my personal fave, like top 10 boy groups. Like
Knocking Boots, H-Town.
Yes, rest in peace to Dino. That's like not even my favorite like H-Town song. Like Emotions, Part-Time Lover. The way they was bumping in that video, yo, them hip thrusts. I'm like, God damn.
I was thinking about how Bobby Brown and them had that eco style of slick back, and I was just like, there's no way that the girls thought that this was attractive. No way.
They thought Prince was attractive. Like, let's be for real. That's why when the girlies be talking about niggas be gay and sassy, I'm like, yo, look at the niggas from the 90s. Like, half of them, I would have never. Nah. Sorry.
I would never sleep with Cisco.
You was never touching me. Like, I would have definitely been like, the Jerry Curl juice is dripping. I don't like that.
They like them slick them hot niggas.
Your hair stink. I don't like it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, bye.
Well, that was episode 35.
Deuces. Don't ever say I don't like Chris Brown. I know that song.